have set to see everyone, or better, just the one speaking? No. I have set everybody, gallery. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is IDAGIO Live. It is Thursday afternoon. This is the place where classic music happens. And I tell you, if there was ever a place where classical music is happening, it is today in the Pierre Boulez Saal in Berlin. We are in the middle of our Schubert week. Thank you for your patience. If you happen to follow both of my interviews, Tuesday song and Thursday music, as it were, we consolidated into one time because we're in the middle of very intense Schubert week here in the Pierre Boulez Saal in Berlin, inside of the Barenboim Said Academy. What you see on the screen here are all my wonderful young colleagues that have come to sing more Schubert songs per kilometer than anywhere else on the planet this week. And it's really very exciting. We are working all day long. We have every evening at 8 o'clock. If you've missed it, you can still tune in for the rest of the week. Every night at 8 o'clock on the Pierre Boulez website, as well as the Facebook website of Pierre Boulez Saal, as well as the Facebook website of the Hampson Foundation. And I believe the Heidelberger Festival website is also broadcast. If not, at least they have a click to it. So there's nowhere you can miss this if you want to go. Every evening at 8 o'clock, we have a recital, and they will stay online for a couple of weeks, I think. And tonight we have two of our colleagues, Susan Zarabi and Yussi, oh good grief, what's his last name?
Yola.
Yes, Yola. Yussi, two wonderful singers who are in recital tonight with Gerold Huber, who will then teach tomorrow as well. Tomorrow afternoon, starting on Friday and Saturday and Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Berlin time, will be live public masterclass for 3 hours or 2 hours, 2.5 hours, Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday at 3 o'clock, this is the thing you don't want to miss. All of these people you see and a few more will sing a final concert. And we are focusing on different groupings of Schubert songs based on the opus numbers of his works, which in fact are the works that he himself edited and put into opus numbers, versus the normal categorization, which is based on Otto Erich Deutsch's work called the D numbers. So that sounds terribly technical, but it is a quite interesting way to group songs together, which I think will be quite interesting. And you'll hear some wonderful, wonderful young singers. This is what's so excited about the project here in Schubert land, Pierre Boulez Saal, in cooperation with the Heidelberg Lied Academy. It isn't just about training, it's about singing. Everybody sings every day, and we have concerts through the time, and we have a platform for young singers. And as the work goes on and then they mature, they get the small recital, and then Emma Nikolovska, who's been in the program for a couple of years, is having her own solo recital Saturday night. Yes, Friday night, Saturday night, well, every night. Tonight, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night will be recitals. So there's a lot of Schubert you can still catch up on. And like I said, it's all online and so forth. So without much further ado, this is the group that is day in and day out slaving away, trying to figure out what our master, Mr. Schubert, inspired from many different kinds of poems and poets, is trying to create, we look at songs as sort of musical poetic snapshots of people's minds and hearts and lives. We try and get rid of the idea of presenting things and more or less letting things become audible and real. But I'm going to let each one of you sort of go at this. Who wants to start? You want to raise their hand? Some might be a little bit timid for English. If there's a Deutsch or English issue, we can talk in Deutsch, and then one of us will hand in for the English. Liviu Hollander, kick us off. Livio
All right.
Hollander, tell us what I'd love you to do. And by the way, folks, we are, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do this until 7:45, maybe maximum 7:50. We have to shut down because we all have to run back to the Pierre Boulez Saal. We are in our various apartments and hotels because tonight the concert starts at 8 o'clock and we're right around the corner in our abodes, but we don't spend much time with one another. COVID has very strict regulations. We are very grateful that we can do what we're doing, but we're being very, very good and keeping very much away from each other. And we are always in masks, except here we don't have to be in masks because we're at home. Anyway, Livio, who are you? Where are you from? What are you studying? What are you doing? Tell us who you are.
So, hello, very excited to be here. Thank you for the invitation, Thomas. My name is Livio Hollander. I'm a baritone from Austria who's currently in the ensemble of Oper Frankfurt. I studied in Vienna, then I went to Munich 2 years to sing at the ensemble of Gärtnerplatz. And I'm very, very excited to be member this year, fellow of the Heidelberger Lied Academy, and to be here at the Boulez Saal, because it's really a very special journey for me to turn more for lead now. I come also from my family works in opera, so I was very much raised with opera in a way. But lead is really making me discover and finding myself more as an independent artist. And this week here is so special because it's really like an idea pool, taking up so many ideas of my colleagues, learning new repertoire in those amazing concerts in the evening. And I think I'll need a couple of weeks to digest all of that. But it's so excited to really evolve into this world of Schubert, and it's for me it's a much deeper concentration and connection with music that I think can also help my daily life in opera as an ensemble member.
Great. This is where, well, let's all do this. Let's do a quick round of bio like we're doing right now, and then we'll come back and talk about Schubert songs. Okay? Great.
All right.
Who's up next? Come on, don't be shy. Girl, boy, girl, boy. So we had a boy, now Yannick, we have to have a girl. So Irena, bitte.
Hi, my name is Irena Weber. I was born in Serbia. I raised up in Hungary, and I was actually studying together with Livio in Vienna. And yes, I'm very happy to be here. I still cannot really believe that we are here because of Corona. And yes, I started singing folk songs when we went to Hungary. There was a war in Serbia, and I was 9 years old. We went to Hungary, and I was searching for my Serbian identity. And that's why I started singing folk songs. And then it came to sing also Hungarian folk songs. And I won 52 competitions with singing folk songs, just that I wanted to be a folk song singer.
Wow.
But it was, yeah, but it was it was not enough for me. I wanted more. I think if I wouldn't start with singing, I would be today an actor, because that was so cool it's so cool that I can act and make a bit drama on stage. So that's my short story.
Fantastic. Yes, we just got a technical, since there's so many of us on here, if you're not actually talking, including me, mute yourself. That sounds rather harsh for a singer, but you know what I mean. Yannick, please tell us who you are.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Yannick. Thank you very much for the invitation to Thomas to this interview. And I am a baritone from Hamburg. I was born in Hamburg, raised there, and I studied in Lübeck first, and then I went to Basel, to Switzerland, where I am still now. And since this season, so since last summer, I'm part of the International Opera Studio of the Opera House Zurich. And that's a fantastic place to be for everyone who is interested. And that's also the place where I met Thomas, because we were singing a concert together last December, so just about a month ago. And so that's how I got to be here and to be part of the Schubert class, which was kind of a jump in, and I'm very grateful. And I have to say, I honestly never saw so much talent on one spot. Really, I was just startled. I saw and heard everyone sing and perform, and it was incredible. And I'm learning a lot, and I'm very grateful to be here.
You're doing great. It's true. We had, I don't know if some of you saw, the Opera House Zurich had 4 nights of guest artists. Then we worked with the students the young artists, the young colleagues. And actually it was kind of fun for us because we got to stage our own stuff and invent stuff. And Yannick was part of some scenes from Così fan tutte we did. But then since it was me, all my kids in my group got to sing songs. And we worked on a Schubert song, and I thought to myself, this guy wants to be serious about singing songs. So yes, we did have a couple of openings, but actually it was just, we made opening. You need to be here, and I'm glad you're here. It's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
So here we go. Ketty, darling.
Hello.
You have to say your last name very slowly.
Yes. My name is Ketty, or Ketevan for official events, Chuntishvili. So it's actually, when I say my name, it's actually pretty easy to pronounce, but when you see,
I think it's very
I don't have
intimidating.
my name now written, but you see only consonants and you're like, what? Yeah. My name is Ketty. I am from Georgia, Tbilisi. I study in Germany, Master of Opera. I'm shortly before graduation, and also since this season member of Staatsoper Cottbus. And last year I was also participating Heidelberger Frühling Festival in Schubert Week, and it is I'm so lucky that I may participate this year too, because Schubert is the king of the lead world, I think it is, like he is. And my relationship with Schubert begins actually when I started to sing, when I started to take singing lessons, like with 7. My teacher was giving me short songs from Schubert, like really, I don't know, Forelle or Heinröslein, you know. And over the years, I was learning even more and more, and I'm so happy that I'm still like, I will do this forever. I think Schubert is like ocean, and I'm diving deeper and deeper, and sometimes it makes me es macht mir Angst. It makes me like it's
Happy, fulfilled.
Sometimes it's fulfilling, sometimes it's really it's even frustrating, and it's just everything alles, was dich herausfordert. Und ich fühle mich sehr glücklich, wieder dabei zu sein.
It brings all the challenges for
everything,
all the physical and all the mental and emotional and musical. Yeah, Schubert doesn't leave any rock uncovered. Good for you. Great. You know, your language, Georgia. I was in Georgia at Tsinandali Festival, and what is so amazing is, I mean, the language looks, even just road signs, it just looks so beautiful, you know. But completely. I mean, it could mean anything. I have no possible way of understanding it.
Yes, and we are so proud of it. Like
as well,
from the Schrift.
I love it. Kunal, please jump in. Now we have a pianist.
Yes, my name is Kunal Lahiri, and I'm also from Georgia, but the other Georgia, and the USA.
The Georgia that gave us the Senate.
The blue Georgia.
The blue Georgia.
And I've now been living in Berlin for 6 years now. I came here to study my master's with Wolfram Rieger in Lied piano. And that brought me into the world of lead even further. But actually, I began playing song when I was 16 years old for the first time. I went to a music festival in the United States for 6 weeks, the Brevard Music Center, and I discovered song for the first time. And since then, I always knew that it was something that that needed to be a part of my musical life, so to speak. And it's funny because when I was playing solo piano and I had my teacher in Atlanta, she told me, none of my students ever play Schubert. I do not give them any Schubert because you need to have soul to play Schubert. And no one at 17 had soul to play Schubert. And so I never played a solo piece by Schubert, and I discovered Schubert purely through his songs. And I think through that, I really understand where she was coming from, and how my understanding of soul and what it means to have soul actually is so closely related to my discovery of Schubert's music. And it's so important to have these intensive workshops focusing just on one composer, especially Schubert, because I feel like his music and his sensibility and his sense of expression requires that that second pair of eyes and ears to say, that's not exactly what is coming out of your body right now. I know what you want to say, it's just not coming out the right way. Where in some other music, it's a little bit more self-evident, but with Schubert, it really takes a lot of restraint. It really takes a lot of discipline to really reach inside to the core of the music. And so that's why I'm so thankful to have this opportunity to spend so many weeks and throughout this year. And it's crazy that it's only been 1 year since we all met for the first time, because it feels like a Schubert clan now that we've developed.
It does. I was saying today that you know, we usually the classes change out a little bit quicker, and you know, we have quite a community over the years now, especially because of Heidelberg, which has really been quite in full bloom for, well, I guess 10 years now. But yeah, it's going to be strange to say goodbye. Well, we won't say goodbye. We'll just say au revoir. Well, our paths will cross. Anyway, it's a great class. Katharina, du bist bequemer auf Deutsch zu sprechen, das ist mir auch recht. Wir haben sicherlich ein deutsches Publikum auch, aber bitte lass uns einfach wissen, wer du bist und wo du kommst und so weiter. Und ich werde immer wieder ein bisschen was übersetzen.
Danke sehr.
Bitte.
Ja, also ich heiße Katharina Garanic, ich komme aus der Ukraine. Ich bin mit 19 Jahren alt nach Deutschland gekommen, um mein Studium zur Solopianistin, Konzertpianistin zu machen. Und nach dem Abschluss, schon während meines Studiums, habe ich wunderbaren Pianist, Liedpianist Wolfram Rieger kennengelernt. Und er hat mir schon ganz viel Input gegeben zum Lied. Und da dachte ich, ja, vielleicht ist das, was ich gerne mein ganzes Leben lang machen würde. Und dann habe ich mein Glück versucht und tatsächlich das Studium, Masterstudium zur Liedgestaltung bei ihm Aufnahmeprüfung dafür gemacht. Und zum Glück hat es auch funktioniert. Und schon seit 1,5 Jahren habe ich diese Ehre, bei ihm Unterricht zu bekommen und auch mich mehr und mehr in diese Liedwelt zu verlieben. Und tatsächlich freue ich mich, dass ich schon seit einem Jahr auch bei der Schubert-Woche und Heidelberger Frühling hoffentlich in diesem Jahr dabei sein darf, weil es ist sowas Unvergessliches. Es ist nicht nur, es ist auf jeden Fall, es ist unglaubliche Welt von Schubert. So viele Lieder, wie viele wir auf einmal machen. Früher hatte ich immer Angst und dachte, ja, ich befasse mich zuerst mit einem Lied, mit 2 Liedern, aber ich habe mich nie getraut, so richtig mich in diesem Repertoire reinzuwerfen, weil das genau, was Kuhnel gesagt hat, um Schubert zu spielen, muss man Seele haben und muss man dieses Gefühl haben, muss man auch unglaubliches Wissen haben, weil es sind 600 Lieder, fast 600 Lieder und jeder ist anders als andere. Wenn du eine gemacht hast, heißt das nicht, dass du alle spielen kannst und jedes Mal ist es eine neue Herausforderung. Und ich freue mich wirklich, dass ich schon von einem Jahr dabei sein durfte in Pierre Boulez Saal und schon damals über 30, 40 Lieder einfach auf einmal kennengelernt habe, gespielt habe, mich wirklich reingefasst und auch so viel Input auch von Ihnen, Herr Hampson, bekommen. Das war für mich so eine große Freude und Ehre. Aber nicht nur das, sondern was für mich noch wichtiger war oder noch noch mehr Spaß gemacht hat, das sind alle Leute, die dabei sind, alle Sänger, alle Pianisten, diesen unglaublichen Input, diese Freundschaft, die wir aufgebaut haben und wie viele Freude wir haben miteinander durch diese Proben, durch diese ganzen Gespräche, auch Sorgen, die wir miteinander teilen. Ich finde, das ist einfach sowas Unbezahlbares und das ist ein Riesenglück für uns alle, dass wir dabei sein dürfen.
Super. Now, if you think I'm going to translate all of that, you're nuts. I'm going to pretend, ladies and gentlemen, we have equal parts of English and German-speaking people. Katarina comes from Ukraine and has been in our program in here. You live now where? Wo lebst du?
In Berlin und auch mein
Doch, in Berlin,
Hans
eben.
Eisler.
Ja, und der Deutsch, aber du verstehst schon sehr viel Deutsch, du bist aber zögerlich zu sprechen. Es macht doch nichts. Wunderbar. Auf jeden Fall, she now lives in Berlin and she's studying and practicing here. And all of these pianists, of course, started far more focused on solo piano repertoire and have discovered the Lied, and it has become quite a path for them. And everybody is speaking to Schubert with his soul, and the soul one needs to understand Schubert. I think this is very important for our public because, you know, when people who don't know much about song, they talk about song, and if they say Schubert song, and they all get this rather curious, sort of silly little smile on their face, and oh yeah, Schubert songs, aren't they sweet? Which tells you that they don't know the depth and the breadth of these songs in the repertoire and how incredible it is. And one thing you said that's very important is that how each song seems to be so totally unique from each other song. And I think that is quite a discovery for anyone who wants to get involved with the Schubert songs, either as public or as performer. It is an unbelievably rich tapestry of human experience in the language of music and the metaphor of poetry. Thank you very much, Katrina. Back to our list. Lars, here we go.
Hey.
Hey.
So I am Lars. I'm from Germany. I am also a baritone, like my lovely colleague Livio and my lovely colleague Yannick. And I studied in Leipzig for the most of my study time, with a short intermission in London. And I'm very, very honored and happy to be part of this program, like we all are. It has been an amazing journey for me of mostly personal development, I feel. And that is really, I'm very, very grateful for all of that. And I think my connection with Schubert or with Lied in general also connects to what Katharina said and what you just said, Thomas, that every song is so unique. That also means that everyone can find themselves in one of the songs or in several songs. And I always felt like Schubert allows me to be myself on stage, which I don't always have. It can be fun to have to pretend that you are Don Giovanni or Figaro or whoever. That can be great, but for me it's an uncomparable joy just to be myself in a Schubert song, just to show the world how I see it, and this makes me always very, very happy.
I'm now unmuted. There are a lot of people in the world that would love to have that button when I show up, but never mind. Jarica.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
How do you say your name so beautifully?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Jarica Steklaza. Or Steklaza.
Right, exactly.
Steklaza?
Steklaza.
Wonderful.
Steklaza. Yeah, I am very happy that I'm here with you now. Thank you for invitation. So I'm Jarica Steklaza. I come from Slovenia, but I was studying in Vienna, so I still live in Vienna. And this season, I was, or I am, a soloist at Bühne Baden. Baden at Vienna, as much as we could have performed in this season. But yeah, about my love for singing and love for song, actually, I started with the violin and piano, and I was also in the orchestra. As much as I liked to play violin and piano, actually, I more liked to sing, although I still didn't take singing lessons. But I remember very well one moment when I was playing in the orchestra. We had the concert, Weihnachtskonzert, Christmas concert, and there were three singers singing with us Christmas songs. And if I remember right, there was also Ave Maria by Schubert. And I was thinking, like, I was playing in the orchestra and I was thinking, no, I want to be the one who is also saying the text, who is singing it, who is using our instrument to connect with the public. And yeah, I love.
Do you still play the violin?
I do. I actually have a very good violin. But you have to practice it. I should practice more to really But for me, yeah, I still play it. And sometimes I play it like if there is a concert at my home place where I don't have the pianist or possibility to cooperate, then I play the Vorspiel with the violin and then I sing.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Ji-young.
Okay, I did not realize I was the last to speak, but
no, Fred is going to be the last. My bad.
Okay.
We have one more, but it's okay. You can still speak.
Well, my name is Jae-young Lim. I come from South Korea. I finished my bachelor's also in classical singing there in Korea, and then I moved here to Berlin, where I live now, and I finished my master's degree 2 years ago. Now I'm on a degree called Konzertexamen, maybe in English more commonly known as a soloist diploma. And it's just a huge honor to be here during the whole Schubert week. I honestly have to say, if it weren't for song and for German Lied, I probably wouldn't have had the passion that I have for singing now. I just instantly fell in love with this genre, and it never let go of me. And I'm not planning on letting go of it anytime soon either. Hopefully not for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm afraid you've caught one another.
I'm afraid so.
Absolutely.
And it's a huge honor to be here, to be working on all this great music, and to be surrounded by people who are as passionate as I am about this genre. It is such a welcoming camaraderie that you feel when you're with this group of people. I'm just flattered to be here and flattered to work with you, Thomas, on all these songs. You just open our eyes to new universes on how we can see these pieces. And I thank you very much for that. And one little advertisement. If you have not seen my recital 2 nights ago, go on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, go check it out.
That's true. That's true. Everybody, Ji-young Lim. And we're going to hear from Freddie. Freddie, you both had ladies on there. They had a recital this week. Ji-young, you were on Monday, weren't you?
I was on Tuesday.
No, you were on
with-
Tuesday. Freddie, you were on Monday. Freddie and Marie Seidler were on Monday, and Jiung and Hagar Sharvit, who is not on screen but has been part of the program. She might not have gotten the email. Oh well, should be fine. She gave a lovely recital. You guys gave a lovely recital on Tuesday. The old guy on the block banged it out last night, and then tonight we have two other colleagues. I already mentioned Susan Zarabi and Yusi Yorla. So, but before we get to all of that, we still have one singer with a deep voice. Frederick, who are you?
Hi, Thomas. Thank you so much for having me, really. My name is Frederick Joost, but just call me Freddy, that's okay. I'm from Munich. I used to be actually a choir singer. I used to be in the boys' choir called Tölzer Knabenchor. That's where I started to sing. So
You were a Tölzer.
I'm a Tölzer as well.
Wow, wow, great voice chorus.
I was in the boys' choir from when I was 6, started then, and until 15, until my voice, I had the voice break, and then my voice got lower and lower and lower. So now I'm a bass baritone, and I'm currently working at the Staatsoper unter den Linden here in Berlin. I'm living here in Berlin. I'm in my apartment right now. And and I've been to this Schubert week, Lieder Heidelberger Frühling, Heidelberg Academy. I've been here for years, and it's been a blast. It's been amazing. For me, this has been a door which has been opened for me for so many great opportunities and so many nice things. I got to sing on Monday, like you said. I got to sing
Wonderful.
with Marie Seidler, my great colleague, with Wolfram Rieger.
And Wolfram Rieger played for them.
One of the best pianists in the whole world. So that's how doors can be open. It's incredible what opportunities this Schubert week has given to me, and for me this has been the most amazing time. I've met so many good people and great friends here, and luckily we could do this right now. We are doing this right now because everything is closed. Everything is struggling. The operas are struggling to do projects and productions and whatever. And we are still doing it, and we are streaming it and being online. And thanks to you, thanks to Pierre Boulez Saal, thanks to the Heidelberg Frühling, this is just, I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful to be part of this, because it's not only that you get to sing in front of other people or on the stream or whatever, but you meet great people. You meet people who have a passion for lead and a passion for classical music. And I've always loved lead since I started singing professionally at age, let's say 19, 20. Before I was in the boys' choir, it was more like an obligation. You were singing because you had to sing. I was singing with Abade, for example, the magic flute, but I never noticed that I was singing with the greatest director, greatest conductor ever. And I was just like, okay, we have to sing, we have to function. I mean, I had the best time of my life still, but for me, this was more like a job, We were kids, we had fun, we loved to travel around. And then I started singing professionally at age 20. I studied in Munich 6 years with Michel Breed, still my teacher. And yeah, I mean,
Wonderful colleague.
Wonderful, yeah. You've sung quite a few things together.
We did in Vienna. We sang a lot.
Yeah, and
Wonderful. Well, I remember the first time I heard her. I just went, "Wow, wonderful."
Yeah,
and she was a protege of Brigitte Fassbender, no?
Yes, with whom I'm also right now currently working at the Staatsoper. It's been a kind of stressful week for me, back and forth, going to the Pierre Boulez Saal and then going back to the opera and working with Fassbender, which has also been, of course, great. But what I just wanted to say, just one more thing, is the lead for me is so important. And I want to add to what Lars said before, that, the lead is so intimate and you can express your world, your things that you want to express so much more and more intimate and in a way more like connected to yourself and to this intimate production of piano and the singer, that it's amazing to have this whole world and that people can enter this world. For me, this is, I mean, you have to sing both. For me, it's very important to sing opera and to sing lead, because this both can combine and can help each other. the detail work on the lead is also very, very, very important for the opera, and the opera to be expressive and to be heard on stage can also be very helpful for lead. Yeah, but so thank you.
I appreciate you saying that. Ladies and gentlemen, just to do a little bit of catch up, and we're going to head into a final quick round here. But I appreciate all the younger colleagues. Glad for the invitation, but in fact, they had to work to get here. When we did the last auditions in the fall of 2019, we had 140 applicants. And I physically, we had, some selection process, and then we finally came down to about 50 that we just really wanted to hear physically. So we opened the doors for a couple of days, and everybody came by and sang. And out of that, I had, with the team here, had to make an incredibly difficult decision, because we really can't take any more than 12 and more like 10. The reason is because I really want everybody to sing every day. When we're in our, either a week here or in 2 weeks, we're in Heidelberg, everybody sings every day. They have lunch concerts in Heidelberg. They have special presentations in Heidelberg. Of course, there's the famous Abschlusskonzert, or the final concert, like we have here as well. When we came to the Pierre Boulez Saal, we, meaning the team, and some invited people to do a think tank on what all of this new world can maybe look like. And it was quite an exciting 2 or 3 days in September, but it was at that time that Ole Bacco and Kirsten Dawes, who are our main administrators, partners, leaders of the Pierre Boulez Saal, we said, look, we're going to be digital, and we are not going to cancel. And so we literally, last December, decided everything we will do this year in the Boulez Saal Schubert Week would just be planned digitally, programmed, filmed. We have a lot of things going on the net. If you come to the Pierre Boulez Saal website, you'll see an awful lot of material, interviews. I led then interviews with different scholars, Susan Johans from America, Graham Johnson from England, Christopher Gibbs from America, Morten Solvik from Vienna and Norway. And that was a wonderful, and also on IDAGIO, I've sort of just declared IDAGIO January as Schubert month. We will somehow celebrate, quite excitingly, his birthday on the 31st of January. And this is now becoming quite a wonderful tradition. And I tell you, you thank me for the invitation. You earned your place here, which is very exciting. But we all have to say that, there was at the Pierre Boulez Saal, it was just a collective decision. And I think Kirsten Dawes probably said it the best, that if there's a will, there's a way. That sounds more like me. But she said, if there's a will, it is our will to give beauty to the world. And if we can do that digitally, that's what we will do. And so by the skin of our teeth, because it's very strictly regulated who can be here and under what circumstances, we're extraordinarily provided with 2 meals a day at the hall, and we eat in isolation from one another, and it's very good food. Wonderful Lebanese kitchen here in Berlin. It's absolutely wonderful. But we're really paying attention. Like I said, we're in our masks and so forth. Anyway, it's a wonderful program. You've earned your places here. People ask me, what is the main criterion to get into this program? Well, yes, you probably need to be able to sing and have a voice. But more importantly, you have to somehow, and it's very subjective, and I admit that, but what you impressed to me from the very beginning is this will to express, this need to express something that you're singing. It's not about you showing yourself off. In fact, that can be kind of a turnoff. It's about die Wille und Eigenschaft im Ausdruck zu bringen. And sometimes singers have better voices than they are singers, and sometimes they are better singers than they have voices. And that all fits in together because we are at the service of a very much higher purpose, which is what is in poetry and in music. So I do appreciate all of your wonderful testimonials about you believe in song. And yes, if any of you young people are watching this, don't hesitate to apply either to Heidelberg or to Boulez Saal, because we will be building the next class. There's a lot of opportunities. This isn't an einmalige Erfahrung. But also, it isn't just about Lied. It's about singing. I'm a singer. and I've been singing for some time, and I've always found just quite ridiculous this idea that you're either a song singer or an opera singer, or an oratorio singer or something. We have different reasons, but I do appreciate, Freddie, what you were saying, because at the beginning of our career, it's really important to get intent, sound, and security, if you will, in yourself. And before you hit the big stage, because you got on stage and you think it's all about parking sound above an orchestra. And that's just not what we do, as you all well know. Anyway, we've got a lightning round. I just saw a message go by that said something about technical difficulties, but I don't know if we're having them. I
have to say just really quickly while you're looking, what's really impressed me as a pianist is getting to know all of your different voices and how it fits within Schubert's music. And I think it's really incredible that Heidelberg has really found, I don't know how many singers we are, but such individual voices full of personality. And I think probably what connected you to them so quickly, Thomas, in the auditions, when you're listening to so many different voices, that all of these singers have such a personal connection to the music and such a heartfelt connection, and are not afraid to be vulnerable, even if it means losing or giving away technique at a moment. And I think that's probably the most inspiring thing to have as material to work with, rather than trying to inspire them. Everyone's already so inspired.
Well put. We had a bit of a technical glitch, ladies and gentlemen. If you did miss any of this, if you're on a Facebook feed, which I understand is now operating again, we will remount the entire conversation. It's been archived. We will remount the content, and you can see everything. If you miss something, you can go back and get it. We just apparently had a bit of a burp. Somebody logged into the wrong channel, or what are you going to do? Anyway, it's fine. IDAGIO fixed it, as they fix everything else. By the way, do check out idagio.com. It is thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of classical composers, over 20,000. I didn't even know there were 20,000 classical music composers, but never mind. It is a wonderful streaming service. It is a wonderful opportunity for IDAGIO Live, which we have here, which are sort of migrating into a kind of learning center, which is quite exciting. And of course, then you have the Global Concert Hall, which is one of the most exciting developments in all of the digital world right now. And it's making concerts of everything from Vienna Philharmonic to London Symphony Orchestra to recitals to the saxophone quartet and University of Michigan. In the lieu of that, I have started a series with IDAGIO and my foundation called Arts at Future, which is centered on a specific series for young artist programs, like Zurich Opera House is a partner of that, or conservatories like Manhattan School of Music or Royal College or the University of Music in Vienna. Karlsruhe is part of it. And we also have some competitions coming in. We will be having the Das Lied. They are postponing the competition, as I understand it, but I'm not announcing that. But when they do come together, maybe it'd be great to have some finalist concerts like the Wolf Academy in Stuttgart has already done. And we also have the Naumburg Foundation joining us. And we have the Great Sphinx Organization, which is a young artist program for artists of color in America, as well as Courtney Stars of Tomorrow, which has as one of their stars one of our graduates from Heidelberg Lied Academy, Justin Austin. So it is a wonderful community that is gaining all sorts of energy and getting wider and wider. You can participate as a public. You can join our public master classes. We open the windows and doors every so often, and you will learn an awful lot about song and an awful lot about how we prepare as singers. And why the magic of song is they're like little islands in time that you can explore your own heart and mind. And I think that's the wonderful thing about song. I've been a song narr for probably my whole life. Anyway, never mind. We have 7 minutes. We have 9 people. Everybody gets 1 minute to say what's your favorite song you're doing right now, and what new song have you learned that has captured your imagination in the last 12 months? Who wants to start? The clock's ticking. Good. Ji-Young. Number 1 now, number 1 learned.
Well, number one now and number one learned in the last 12 months is actually the same piece for me. Die Mutter Erde, which I had the opportunity to put in my program on my recital. It is the most fitting piece for this Corona time that we're all struggling in.
Tell us what it's about quickly, in 5 sentences.
It's about how life itself is hard, but Mother Earth always welcomes us, and we should not fear Mother Earth trying to hold us in her arms.
Beautiful. Thank you. Next. A lady. There we go. Jeritska.
Jerica.
Jerica.
So I have 2 pieces. One recently learned is Die junge Nonne, and it's because I had another perspective, but you showed me a really great perspective, and I feel much better now singing it in this perspective, not too dramatic, yeah. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And the other one...
Before you go on, I don't want credit for this, ladies and gentlemen. This is Graham Johnson, the guru of Schubert song, and with 3 volumes and so forth. And I had him on interview, and he said, I have to tell you something very surprising. I've completely rethought Junge Nonne. I've gone back to Krieger's poetry. We're on the wrong track here. This young nun is dying. And we all just went, what? You know, and he walked me through the song. And so this is all Graham's work. Thank you, Graham, if you ever see this. It's so brilliant. But this is the idea, you know, always rethinking things and finding the right way. It does make much more sense. But never mind. So what's your second song?
And second song, I really love For meine Wiege. And it's because, I mean, I know Schubert wrote it shortly before he died, and it's just so touching. Like so many different parts, beginning like so slow and like remembering, and then it comes in this remembering how it was when he was young, and then it comes the realization that actually it's the death. Yeah, so it's very touching, and I love it.
Yannick, you're on.
All right, so recently learned Schubert song that I really love, and it's very recent, is Der Zwerg. And I've known it for a long time, of course. It's one of the most famous, popular songs, probably with Alchemist and so on. But I've never sung it, and I've just come to sing it now. Started 1.5 weeks ago, and it's fantastic. It's just fantastic to sing. It has so much energy. It's so dramatic. It's
you know what I think? What Der Zwerg is a kind of ballad, but what I find we were working on this morning. What I find so amazing is that there's so much that's not there that is important to know to make what is there make sense. It's really it's a song singer's song.
Exactly. Yeah, it's true. And my favorite Schubert song of all time has to be something from Winterreise, and it's very hard for me to make a decision, but it's probably going to be Frühlingstraum.
Oh my, that'd be my first pick.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's
just a miracle.
I just die whenever I have to sing these last phrases. It's actually difficult to sing them just because they're so heartbreaking. It regularly I have to stop. I just have to stop when I practice it.
See, my idea for that song is that the first melody is a melody he can't completely remember. What? No, that isn't right. No, that isn't right. And then he starts talking, and then he gets back to it. And then he's, it's just an amazing. All right, we can't talk about that now. Katharina, bitte, darling.
Ja, es ist tatsächlich so, dass mein Lieblingslied auch für diese Woche ist Der Zwerg, was wir zusammen.
Auch Der Zwerg.
Ja, was wir zusammen mit Yannick machen, weil ich tatsächlich diese Geschichte über die Liebe, die auch heutzutage aktuell ist, ja. Und deswegen mache ich das besonders auch von diesen ganzen vielen Charakteren, und es ist einfach eine unglaubliche Geschichte. Deswegen, ich freue mich, wenn Leute auch gerne am Sonntag dabei sind und ein Konzert das Lied von uns zu hören. Und mein allerlieblingslied ist Der Leiermann, der letzte von Winterreise. Ja, ich finde, es ist einfach ein unfassbares Lied und auch bleibt immer noch aktuell, auch in unseren Zeiten.
Okay, boom, boom, boom. We gotta press it up. No discussing it. I'll shut up. Yeah, Lars, 2 songs. Unmute yourself. There
Yes, now. One of my favorite Schubert songs, I can't name them all, has to be the Zwischers Liebesglück, which is what fascinates me is the depiction of love, of eroticism, of a perfect moment of love, and to think that Schubert probably never experienced a moment like this and was still able to put it in music so beautifully, just catches me every time. And a song I recently learned and that I really loved, and I'm going to sing tomorrow, and I'm very much looking forward to it, is Der Jüngling und der Tod, which is basically the opposite of Der Tod und das Mädchen.
Yeah.
And so beautifully set to music, and
Great.
I just love it.
Great. Liviu. Quick, we're running out of time. It's 10 to 8, guys. We got to run back to the hall.
Just one song, which I actually rediscovered yesterday, is Der Atlas,
Bravo.
which is so relevant now in times of global warming, giving the voice to the atlas, to the globe, speaking of the pain that he has to carry. Yeah, the song says it all. Absolutely.
Perfect. Freddie.
Sorry. Okay. Erdenkönig und Grenzen der Menschheit.
Bravo. Yeah, pretty obvious. Not well, obvious what they're about. But
Well, I mean-
Grenzen der Menschheit, this is not so obvious. This is a big song.
That's a big song. And then what I actually wanted to say was the Erlkönig by Löwe and the Erlkönig by Schubert, because I love Löwe so much. I love the Balladen by Löwe. I have to smash that in Löwe because nobody mentions. You sang it yesterday. It was great to see the two Erlkönig together. That was great.
Great. Ketty.
Yes, I will say 3 favorite songs, but I will be really quick. Der Zwerg, die junge Nonne und der Doppelgänger, because they are also creepy. They are just dramatic. There you have dramatic scenes, and it fascinates me because I can't breathe when I listen to these songs. I just
and not Du bist die Ruhe?
Not right now.
Ji-Young. Did you already tell? Oh, you already did. Kunal.
Nachtenträumer und Memnon.
Oh, bravo, Memnon. Fantastic. And you played that so beautifully. Oh my God. Irena.
Zuleika, was bedeutet die Bewegung, and the Minion songs.
The Mignon. I can hardly wait for Sunday. She's going to sing all the Mignon songs. Did we get everybody? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We're going to cut it off now because we're all going to grab our coats and run back to Pierre Boulez Saal. And you're going to click on you're going to www.Pierre Boulez Saal, and you'll see what to do. Come listen to some of this marvelous recital this evening with Susan Zarabi, mezzo-soprano, and Jussi Juora, bass baritone, with Gerald Huber at the piano. I will see you all next Tuesday for the next edition of Song and Beyond. And yes, guess what? It's still all about Schubert. Bye-bye. Thank